Okay, so now we're gonna make a book cover with my Cowgirl image that we created. So what I have open is I have here's my template that I use. It's basically set up for a 6x9 cover, 1 inch spine. It's got a rough idea where you can put your rear cover blurb, your ISBN number, and it's if you're a patron, it's available there as a free download. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything off of here except for the black colors, just because it makes it easier to see my guidelines. Oh, there's the spine. Get rid of that. Let's go up here and just delete it all, because we know that basically this is going to be the rear section. This is the front. These are the bleed lines. So if someone was actually going to print it, it would be cut off. So let's get let's merge down these layers. Let's get black. Let's just make it all black. There we go. All right, so it's all solid black. So let's open up the Cowgirl image. There's some book covers. And here it is. So now we're gonna all copy and we're gonna paste. So you can see how, like I was talking in the other video, how I made it really large. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Control All, Control T. There we go. So there's the whole image. All right, so we're gonna scale it down so it fits. And you can kind of see how even some of the areas around here, how it looks even more sharper now that I shrunk it down. Alright, so we're just going to apply it, and then I'm going to zoom in over here. So it looks really good, no artifacts. Let's fit on screen. We have our guidelines. We can scale it up some now because we want her kind of in the center of the cover here. So we're gonna scale it up and bring it over. There we go. Now she's pretty much centered in there. And it's that easy. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some text to the cover. So let's grab a font. I had this nice Western font. It's a wanted poster. Let's see what it looks like. And then because it's a temporary, we're just going to name it book title. And then we're going to scale it up. And we're going to go back. Nah, too big of a space yet. If we don't put it, it looks bad. So we're just going to change it here and shrink it down a little bit. And I don't know, it looks a little scrunched. It doesn't look that good. Let's, because I used all caps. Let's see what it looks like. No, it's the same text, capped or not capped. Alright, so let's get that. Let's see if we shrink the size down. Put that back to 100 here. Alright, so yeah, let's see what we can do with it. Let's do the same with title. Let's make it small case. Oop, oop, oop. We're at 81% there, so let's do 81% here. Okay, we got the same. So we want to spread it all out and see how it looks, but I want to reduce that. Nah, it's not that best looking, so let's see what happens if we increase just the font size of let's bring it down. Let me just add a style to it, and just to see how it looks in relation to the background. Let's kind of want something colorful, but not overpowering the background image. We want to be able to see it, but not have it the only thing that draws your eye. And there's something that kind of matches color-wise, kind of blends in, but I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. So let's change the font. Let's just get something. Add another one that I kind of liked. There we go. Let's just. Oh, there we go. Let's get it all back to standard size here. Okay, so now the caps, you can tell, actually are working on this font. Get down. Let's decrease the size here. All right, I'm definitely going to change a little bit more to it. So let's get into the effects here, and let's do an outline. And outer glow disappeared. We don't even need that. So let's add a stroke here. Let's increase the size of it. Oh, not in a stroke. Okay, here we go. Alright, so there we go. I don't like the texture. Let's see if I got something a little bit. More subtle. Yeah, the font's a little too futuristic looking with that pill look. Yeah, we don't want to do anything like that. So let's get back to something like that faded into the background. We can do that. Then let's add a stroke to this. But we want to increase it, so it's noticeable, and it actually is using the background image. Alright, let's increase the font some here. There we go. So those two are matching. So now what we want to do is we want it centered on the page. So basically we're just going to select it like this. We're going to define the cover, which is basically just going like that over our lines. The height and width. The height doesn't matter, but we do want the width to be accurate because we're only using left to right to center it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so then what we do is we just go here, click the center, and the title is now centered. So we can use the same font for the author's name. So let's just duplicate this layer. We'll bring it down here. And what we'll do is we will highlight the text and just change it to all caps, author name. We'll come across here. Let's reduce the font size. We'll put it right here, but we want it standing out. We don't want it, because part of it will be hidden because it's using some of the colors from the image underneath it. So we'll just get rid of this. Get in here. See the gradient overlay. We're just going to get rid of that altogether. And we're just going to okay this Font color, we actually want it white. And we got to fill it. We're just going to do a solid. There we go. And then let's change the stroke. We're going to make it black. There we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with it. We're going to center it. We're just going to get the width here. And I'm off. And then we're just going to click here and we're going to hit center. And then the name is centered within the cover also. So now what we're going to do is, quite truthfully, I would just leave it as this and save this as my PSD file as Cowgirl. Because more than likely most of it is going to be saved as, most of it's going to be made for online Kindle type covers, and you're not going to not need to make too many spines and back covers, but we'll do it in this case just to show. So the author's name goes on the spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this layer, and we're going to move it over here. Then we're going to do the same thing with the book title. We're going to duplicate it, and we're going to move it in the back cover because the back cover needs one also. And then we're going to duplicate it again. Alright, and then this one will be for the spine. So let's see the top two. Alright, so let's get rid of this so we can see them. Let me raise this up. And I really should name it book title cover so I know which one it is. This one is the back. And then this one's going to be the spine. So we're just going to alright, well, I just have to highlight it and then hold down the control key and do it the hard way instead of. Alright, so we want 90 degrees. And it's going to be much too big along with the book title, so let's highlight it. Let's. Alright, there we go, got it back. Because we want to shrink the size down, we'll just leave it here for right now, and then we're going to take the book title here. Hold on control, let's rotate it around. Let's highlight it. There we go, 90 degrees. We're going to decrease the font size on this also. Whoop. We're going to put it right here in the middle. And there's the author's name. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick the width of the spine. And we're going to highlight the title, click here, and we're going to center it. And then we're going to take the author's name here, we're going to highlight that, and we're going to click center, so it's centered within the spine. Back here for the back blurb, whatever you want to put, whatever text you're going to add. You can either create a box if you wanted and just highlight it in a color. We don't want to use that one, so we can do something like that, and then just set the opacity or change something like this, and then you can add it so it stands out. There we go. And then being the it's still a box, we can still adjust the size of it if you wanted to. You know, just shrink it up based on how much you have. So we'll just leave it like that, and then when you get the ISBN number, you can just put it here, create another white box around that. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much create just a JPEG image just of the cover for promotional reasons, if we want to show that we have this book available. And sometimes the whole cover, you'll just want to, let's just duplicate the image so we have it as a backup, because we're going to copy and paste now. Let's go back here, we're going to hit copy paste. Make sure everything looks okay. Alright, looks good. We're going to crop it, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to save it as a JPEG, Cowgirl, and then that way we'll have it. So there we go, it saves, and we're pretty much done. A nice simple title. Image is very vibrant. A simple title font, nothing too crazy or elaborate. Maybe if it was if we're going to do this one as a romance, maybe we'd use a more cursive text or more cursive font and put it in there, but since it's not, and it wouldn't really be used as one with her holding the gun, that this would be a better font. Nice and simple. Colors match, nothing too crazy. Like I said, I have all my styles here, and quite truthfully, depending on the cover, there might be something in here that would work in its place, but we're not going to use any of those. It makes it hard to see. And I don't know if there's too much blue. Don't really want that. We're just nice, simple with the sky, the white with the background with the sky.